Hello everyone, I welcome you all to our channel Let's Learn Automation, and in this session we are going to see about the multiple inheritance. So until now we have seen the different types of inheritance like single level inheritance and multiple inheritance. So like this is class A we can say, then this is class B. When we are using this structure like this, that B is taking or inheriting the properties of A or using the properties of A. This is called as a single level inheritance. And if we add one more class as a C over here like this, then C is able to access the properties of B as well as A. So this is called as a multi-level inheritance because there are multiple level. Even we can draw or we can use one more level as a D, that is also called as a multi-level inheritance. Now we are going to see a different kind of inheritance that is called as a multiple inheritance. So the multiple inheritance will be like, here we have class A1, then here we will have the class A2, and here we will have the class like B. So now the multiple inheritance structure is like this. But actually this inheritance is not allowed in Java as per the class level. Class level means what? If we are using the classes to perform the multi-level inheritance like this, so that is not possible in Java because there are some ambiguity issue. So we'll try to understand that ambiguity issue, but first of all let's try to understand that this particular thing is not allowed in Java because there are two parents now, A1 and A2. So it is called as a superclass, and this is also called as a superclass, and this is called as a subclass. So two superclasses and one subclass is not allowed in Java as per the class level. Class level. If we use the same structure in the interface or as in a in interface level, so this is allowed. On class this is not allowed, and on interface this is allowed. So this is what the multi-level inheritance. Now let's try to understand what the problem uh, in multi-level inheritance as per the class level. Why on class level it is not allowed? So basically what we have seen that there is a class A1 and the another superclass like A2. So we can say that there are two parent, and this is what the base class. So we can call this like B1. So now this is inherited to this and this too. So for example, if we have any common method in A1 and A2, like for example, if we have the show method in A1 and show method in A2. So the question is like, if we are going to create the object of B1, so here we can create the object of B1 like B1 B equals to new B1. So in this case, if I call B dot show, if I call B dot show, then which method is going to have which method is going to execute, this one or this one? So that is called as a ambiguity. So this create AMBI. This create ambiguity. So that's why Java is not allowed the multiple. It is called as a multiple inheritance. So this is multiple, and if we draw the diagram like this, so this is called as a multi-level. This is multi-level and this is multiple. In multiple we have multiple super class, that is A1 and A2, and one child class. So the problem is like, again we'll try to understand the same thing. Like we have the two classes A1 and A2. In A1 we have the show method, and A2 also we have the same show method. So whenever we are creating the object of child class, that is B1, like B1 B equals to new B1. Okay, so B is the object. Now if we are going to call the B dot show, then which method is going to call, like which method is going to execute, the A1 class method or A2 class method? So that is what the confusion to the JVM, that which method is need to be called. So that's why Java never allowed the multiple inheritance on the class level, but that can be done on the onto the interface level. We'll see that later, but on a class level it is not possible. Now the another question is like, if we use here the show method and here if we use the show one method, like for example, so if I try to use, this is what a2, and if I use the different name of method like show2, so then that problem is solved. But actually there may be a possibility that this method can be a same one. Okay, so every time uh, or anytime it may be happen that the method name can be same, so that will create the problem. Even one there is one problem like, there is one object class, like if we check, so let's try to understand the object concept of object class too. So for example, uh, we have the multi-level inheritance like this, but the problem is like, there is one super class for the every class. So this is our a1, this is our a2, and this is what b. So now this is what the multi-level inheritance. But what happened basically, every Java class have one super class that is called as a object class. Even this is called as a object class. So every class having the super class, even whenever we create the single class like this class ABC. So this class ABC also have one object class as a super class. Now how we come to know that this class is exist or not? We can check the method of this object class. We will see in a code or in a program. But now let's try to understand that every Java class have the super class name as a object class, and this object class having its own predefined method. This class is common. Now every class have the super class as a object class, and object class have the common method. Like we can say that there is a method, there is a b method and c method. So definitely a, b, c will be the part of every object class. Now these are the common method. So for example, if we are going to execute the, or we are going to call the ABC method by using the object of b, like b, b equals to new b, and b dot a. A is not the method actually, we are just going to consider the example. So for example, if I try to call b dot a, then which class method is going to call, or which class method is going to execute, this one or this one? That is also called as ambiguity. So that's why Java never allowed for the multiple inheritance on the class level. Now let's try to understand what is this object class and how we come to know that there is an object class for the every, as a super class for the every class. So for that we'll write down one code. So let's clear this. So for example, if I'm going to create one class and we'll name it like sample. So what I said, that every Java class have the object class as a super class. So now I will delete this. Now we can see that this is one sample class which does not have anything. So for example, if I create void m m1 method, so and here I will write down like m1, and now if I create the object of sample class, so sample s equals to new sample. Now I can call s dot m1. Okay, so this is m1 is the method of the sample class. But now if I try to write down like s dot, then here we can say that equals is the method of object class. So even if we see the m1 method of our sample class, so here we can say that this is what the m1 method which we declare over here, and this is what of type void, And this is what the sample is the name of the class, means m1 method is of type void which belongs to the sample class. And now in the same way what we can see that there is one clone method which is of type object and which is present in the object class. So basically object class is available for the every class we created in the Java, and that have their own predefined method like clone, then equals, then finalize, then get class. So all these method belongs to the object class. Here we can see that the name of the class as the m1 name of the sample is the name of the m1 class. In the same way object is the name of hash code get class, then notify all to string, all are the methods of the object class. So it means that there is one hidden object class which is the parent of all the classes, whatever the class we are going to create in a Java or a user defined class. So that is what the object class. And we know that by using the object of child class we can access the method of its own class and its superclass. This is what the inheritance we know that. Okay, this is the concept of inheritance, that whenever we create the object of child class, that object can access the properties of its own class, also the properties of the superclass. In the same way here we can see that this S object can access the property of M1 its own class. Also it can access the properties of object class like notify all, string, wait, all are the methods of object class. So this is what the object class. And as we have discussed earlier that if we have the multiple superclasses, then there will be a ambiguity that which class method that needs to be executed. So that's why Java never allow the multiple inheritance. So this is what the reason behind that. So thank you.